So some of you may notice that I have you unmuted, which is different than normal. So I'm going to mute everybody right now, but in this service, you're going to be allowed to unmute yourself and are encouraged to interact with each other. So if there's a lot of noise going on, just keep yourself muted. So as you might be able to see from the sanctuary view. We've got lots of tables set up everywhere in the sanctuary, and everybody's kind of sitting individually. And so what's happening is we more or less have 15 services happening simultaneously. So I have the pleasure of leading this service. So if you have any questions or concerns, or if the technology isn't working, just let me know in the chat and I will do my best to fix things on the fly. So let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. I am Sam Welsh, and I'll be guiding you through our virtual Cornbread Communion. So, as part of the service, we'll be doing some mindful eating and drinking. So, if you would, please go get something to eat and something to drink and set it nearby. As you can see, I don't have a table here in my office, so I will be ceremonially setting the harpsichord. Uh, but we have our cider and our muffins ready. So even if you've got water and a little something to nosh on, we can all participate together. So let's start by going around the table and introducing ourselves. So please share your name, how long you've been attending UUCP, and maybe one thing you value about the community. And also, if there's anyone here for the first time, just let me know, and I will make sure that you get a newcomer packet. Okay, so let's see here. If I switch to gallery. Okay, Karen, since you were here first, do you want to go ahead and unmute and you can tell us all about yourself? Not working? There you
Now
go.
it's it?
There you are.
Okay. Um, I'm Karen Ward, and I was present in person in the congregation from about, I don't know, 2007 until I moved to Southern Idaho in 2022, I believe. And I've been a faithful attendee on Zoom ever since then. Um, my
And I
family,
can vouch for that. We see you every week, so we love it.
not every week, but almost. Um, My family is Steve Flint, who I'm pretty sure is a, a faithful attendee, and Milo Flint, who still lives in Moscow, and Dante Flint, who now is working at a high-end sushi restaurant in Boise. Um, that's that. My biggest things here are in native restoration of the native sagebrush steppe on our small acreage and dealing with my horses. And protesting.
Ah,
I organized a protest so I wouldn't have to keep driving to Boise. And that's
great.
me.
And what's one thing you value about the community here?
I feel totally at home. I belonged here all of my life.
Awesome.
I didn't get to be there all of my life, but when I discovered that church in Moscow, it was a no-brainer. That's where I belong.
Cool. Well, let's have Linda Pike next.
Oh, hi. Good morning. I'm glad to be here, and the audio is great this morning. I really
Oh,
appreciate it.
fantastic. Good.
And I've got captions on too. Uh, well, I'm a recent new member of the church. Only joined a couple of weeks ago, but had been thinking about it for a long time, and I'm glad to be here. Appreciate the openness and the things about Unitarian that make it special without all the dogma that gets dragged down in the other mainline churches. Good, so good morning. Thank you.
Awesome. How about Tom and Diane?
Diane will be here in a little while. I'm Tom. Um, I've been associated with the Unitarian Church for many years. I think the first time was as a graduate student at the University of Michigan in the 60s. And when I got a job at Washington State, I uh, was an intermittent member. I came and went several times, and we live in Idaho, near Viola, on 50 acres of ponderosa pine and grassland, and uh, a good portion of what we do is just enjoy that acreage.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. All right, Judy and Steve. Nope, not yet.
All right.
There we go.
uh, I'm Judy. We've been members of the church for 35 plus years, I think. And I mean, it's a great community of good friends and good values.
Awesome. Thank you. Nancy?
Okay, I am Nancy Metzler, and I tune in from Evergreen, Colorado. And I've been coming or tuning in since COVID, since you started doing Zoom. My sister and brother-in-law are Karen and Michael Jennings. So that's my connection. And what I value about this community from afar is the sense of hope and gratitude that I get from listening in, even when, when things aren't going so well. If I listen into the service, I usually go away thinking there's hope.
Awesome. Thanks, Nancy. I
Mhm.
love Evergreen very much. I miss my Colorado.
Ah,
Uh, we moved here from there, so
you did from
yeah.
Evergreen?
Well, not from Evergreen, but we
Oh,
were
okay.
we were in town, but
Okay.
we I went to school in Boulder, so
Ah, well,
it all feels like home there.
good.
Okay, let's have James next.
Morning, everyone. My name is James. I've been coming to the church ever since March. And what I value about the church is how much you value diversity of thought, diversity in every other way, too. It's rare in a church. Also, everyone in the church aspires to be good people and kind to others. And that is, and you do it better than just about anybody, any group of people I've ever been around. So that's what I value about it.
Awesome. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, how about Leah?
Hey, my name's actually pronounced Leia.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's no worries. I first came to the church in 2009, I believe. My daughter was 8 years old at that time, and I live over in Pullman. And it's just, I have a chronic health condition, and it's hard for me to get out and do things. So doing the Zoom services has enabled me to be part of the services more often.
Nice.
So it's been a blessing. Um, but yeah, I love the church. They have the same values as I do, and the people are just so down to earth and kind. And yeah, my daughter is all raised now. and lives elsewhere, but I still get to be part of this community, so I'm very grateful.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, how about Susie?
Okay, I was tardy, so I don't know what the assignment was.
Oh, I see. We're just so today's a little bit different. What's happening is and you can kind of see it on the if you look at the here, I'll spotlight the sanctuary view here for a second. What's happening is we have 14 services going on all at once. So everybody's in a small group and we're working down our scripts. So what we are doing right now is going through and asking everybody to introduce themselves, give a little bit about your connection to UUCP, and then name one thing that you value about the community.
Okay, so I guess I can do that spontaneously. I have a very good excuse for being late because I am getting ready to make the 9 to 10 hour drive from Pocatello, Idaho to Troy for Thanksgiving to spend with Zoe. She's my stepmom. And although most of the time I think of her more as my mom, that's my connection. And I remember telling Elizabeth, I think it was about the time that my dad died and we had services, and Elizabeth was the officiant. And I said, I could totally be a Unitarian. And then the pandemic happened, and Zoe encouraged me to tune in because my resources were pretty limited at the time, and I was pretty lonely. And habit has me continuing to do that. So I value that I can stay in my own little space, get a good message, keep up my spirits, especially in the times we're in right now. And um, yeah, does that answer the question?
It sure does. Thank you.
Okay. And I am a Moscow High School graduate, and I did
Oh,
my
fantastic.
50th class reunion last summer. So,
Whoa. All right.
okay.
Well, we'll have Zoe next.
Okay.
Did you find it, Zoe?
Trying to.
There we go. You got
Thank you. I'm sorry.
it.
I'll try to be oriented correctly to what we're doing here. I have long roots that go back to the 40s when my family found the Unitarian Fellowship in Sioux City, Iowa. Uh, for now, the UUCP is my essential community. I'm so grateful. Um, let's see, what was I supposed to say? I,
I think
I
that
live,
covers it, so no
yeah,
worries.
yeah, I live south of Troy, and I'm no longer able to drive. And I'm so grateful that you were able to get the Zoom services going.
Awesome.
It's essential.
Well, we're glad you're all here, and I do apologize for the occasional technical glitches that we have online, but I appreciate you all willing to roll along with us as things happen. Some days we don't have internet service or a plug stops working, and that causes all sorts of chaos. So I very much appreciate your understanding. Let's see, we still have Andrea Tollison, or I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, but
Hello, can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Great. Yeah, my name is Andrea. I'm not a member, but I've been attending for over a year now, off and on. I am from Pullman, um, and I came from Mormonism a while back, And so this for me has been a really great place to be because of the value-based teachings. Again, yeah, the what somebody else said, the kind of not so much of a focus on the dogma
Right.
and the inclusivity of of diversity of thought and outlook. So that's what I really appreciate about it. I also just, of course, appreciate the messages and being spiritually fed. Usually, I mean, I can leave feeling very hopeful, reflective, thinking about big picture things that I don't necessarily get to think about during my busy days. So,
That's great. Well, welcome. And we have a lot of ex-Mormons here, myself included. So
oh wow,
yeah, so it's funny. We should probably start a small group. Um but
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
yeah, I'll keep you posted about that. Great. So okay, I think that's everybody. Did I miss anyone? That's everybody on my screen. Okay. So just pop into the chat if I missed you, and we will stop and say hello. So just as we do every Sunday, we're going to begin our time together with a territorial acknowledgement. The land on which our church is built is part of the ancestral homeland of the Nimipu, or the people, mistakenly called Nez Perce or Pierce Noses by the French-speaking trappers and traders. We acknowledge the land is held in sacred kinship since time immemorial. The land and its peoples suffered immeasurable trauma brought by Euro-American society, and we are working with its resilient peoples to show respect and continue to contribute to the healing and nurturing of this Hetewit Wetis, the precious land and all its peoples. Okay, so let's get to the introduction here for today's service. So, what do you think of when I say the Thanksgiving table? A dining room table groaning under the weight of tons and tons of food. What if a Thanksgiving table is any place where you slow down for a little bit to reflect on all the gifts in your life and give thanks, to be grateful? If so, then our worship service is kind of a Thanksgiving table that we come to every Sunday. A lot of people think that to give thanks, a lot of people think that you give thanks for the things that make you happy. That's not exactly the way it works. The way it works is the act of giving thanks helps us pay attention to the things in our lives, in our families, and in our hearts that have the power to make us happy. Giving thanks comes first. Gratitude inspires happiness. So this morning we are invited to reimagine not just a worship service, but your whole life as a process of setting the Thanksgiving table and inviting others to join you there. So this is the part where I'm going to start spreading things around and setting the table here. So I'm going to try unplugging my headphones, and with a little luck, can you still hear me? Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Let's see if I can connect via Bluetooth, which would be a miracle. Okay, can you still hear me? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So we'll see if the tech holds up. So I have a little box behind me that has everything that we need to make the table. So the first thing we do is lay a clean cloth on our table, or in this case, on the harpsichord. Everyone knows that when you eat at a table, sometimes there are spills, sometimes there are crumbs. So we need to be able and willing to give ourselves a fresh start. Otherwise, we're constantly stuck in the middle of a mess. We lay a clean cloth down in our lives whenever we take a deep, cleansing breath and look at the world with new eyes. We lay a clean cloth down whenever we forgive someone who has hurt us. We lay a clean cloth down whenever we forgive ourselves for making mistakes, for being human. We lay a clean cloth down whenever we let go of anger and resentment and prepare our hearts and our minds for new insight and the gifts that come from different perspectives. Next, we'll place a candle. Candles remind us of the light of life and love that lives in every heart. We can remember these words from Albert Schweitzer. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by the spark of another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Since this is a table here at the church, the candle is held in our chalice. This is our symbol of shared faith and values. As we place the chalice at the heart of our community, let's sing our song of aspiration. And then I'll just sing this a cappella, which will be fun. From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of hope and love arise. Let beauty, truth, and good be sung through every land by every tongue. Okay, and then I'm just going to light the candle. Thank you. All right. And now's the time for everybody to share. What is helping you? This is our prompt. What is helping you to stay grounded and hopeful during these turbulent times? So I don't want to call in people. So just okay, yeah, Leah, you should be able to unmute. Is it not letting you? Okay, let me do it that way.
Okay. Okay. What I am doing to keep myself feeling good with everything that's going on in the world is I have been doing affirmations daily. I found some affirmations on YouTube. And am I doing this to music now?
That was very funny. I don't know why that happened. But yeah, it gave you a little groove there to
I like that song.
yeah.
Yeah, I found some videos on YouTube of affirmations, and I've been doing that daily since last year, and it really helps. And I also meditate every day, and I've been doing that for over a year, um, maybe since 2021. Um, so yeah, that really helps my mood, and it helps me to bounce back more quickly when something traumatic happens. So, yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else? How about Karen?
Am I unmuted now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I've actually really been struggling with figuring out how to stay grounded. And I like Leah's idea about searching YouTube for affirmations. I've never had a spiritual practice, and I really struggle with creating one. Um, what does help me be grounded is finding like-minded people here in Mountain Home, at least politically, um, and not just values wise. People that have the same values that I do. That has helped. Um, I get outside. We have a small farm. I have to work on it, and I have animals that need care. That does keep me grounded. And then knowing that I can be a part of this congregation weekly, and sometimes actually even come up there and be part of that congregation physically and see my family. But I really need to find a way to stay spiritually grounded every single day, and I haven't gotten there yet. Thank you.
Thanks. I know for me, I've done a very similar kind of thing where I've never been a big meditator or a big journaler or a big reader of aspirational things, but what I realized during COVID, I can read one page of something, I can do 1 minute of meditating, and then uh, I can do 1 page of journaling. So that's been kind of what I've tried to hit every morning, and it has really helped me a lot. Is there anybody else that wanted to go? Linda, I saw your hand up. Linda and Nancy. Okay, let's have Linda first.
Well, being with people who think pretty similar to the way you do is a big help. Going to the protest helps me feel optimistic, um, and learning more about history and how we have been through so many hard times before, I think helps. And like I think Karen said, I walk my dog every day, and she has no clue. As far as she's concerned, it's all about her, and so that gets you out of the bubble of what's going on all the time, and then just being grateful for what you do have, because I'm fairly healthy and I'm pretty old and I'm still going, and you think what other people are suffering health wise along with all that's going on in our country, and they're having to deal with much more than I am, and I feel for them, and so I'm just very grateful for what I have. Even being able to see leaves on trees that are falling down, it's a blessing. Even be able to breathe is a blessing, because some people can't.
That's great.
So that helps.
Thank you, Linda. All right, Nancy.
Okay, I can really relate to what Linda said. I live in a kind of a mountain area, and just going out every day with the dog for a couple-mile hike and just appreciating nature and the miraculous part of that. And then along with some volunteer work I do helping at a donation place, a retail store, and then I help seniors do their taxes. Not that I'm not a senior, but just being able to get out and help other people is the other thing. But being out in nature is probably the best thing for me.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, now setting the table. Can you imagine trying to eat a meal without dishes or silverware? It would be an awful mess. So, right now we're going to imagine placing dishes and silverware on the Thanksgiving table. As we do so, let us pause and be grateful for all the ways in which people quietly and unobtrusively go about the business of maintaining and sustaining this place and this planet. Let us be grateful for the things we've learned from each other, for our teachers, our mentors, and our friends. Let us remember all the ways in which we help each other. Much of life, The work of the hands, heart, and soul happens without great fanfare. Things like washing dishes and bringing people casseroles and making sure there are fresh candles in the holders, these things are holy too and deserving of our thanks and our praise. So let's sing this song to remind ourselves to be grateful for mutuality and faithful friends. If you know it, please join with me. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. I think I was a little off on the key, but that's the basic idea. We haven't done that one in a long time. Okay, so I know it just said imagine placing dishes and silverware, but I think I'm actually supposed to place dishes and silverware. So let me do that real quickly. So I'll set the harpsichord for 4. The other tables are for 8, but you get the idea here. And then I've got some forks here. Okay. All right, now we have a poem. This one is called Everything is Waiting for You by David White. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witnesses to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you at times have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you, and the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing. Even as it pours you a drink, the cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. So we do have one announcement, and that is the congregational meeting. That's going to be on December 14th in the sanctuary following the Sunday service. So the final authority of our church lies with its members, and that includes you. So we need your voice at the congregational meeting on December 14th. The agenda items are as follows. The approval of the 2026 budget, the report on the UUCP Ignite grants, and then the election of new Board of Trustees members. Okay, and now we're going to do a quick offertory. So as we usually do, you're welcome to head to the church website. Let's see, I don't have the link here, so I can't put it in the chat. That's not very helpful. Give me 1 second and I will get you the link. There it is. Okay, so there's the link if you'd like to donate. Um, okay, so we're asked to take up the collection as we do each Sunday. This month's Month of Sundays recipient is the Sojourners Alliance. Their mission is to confront the barriers that lead to hunger, homelessness, and poverty while treating those in need with dignity and respect. The link to donate is now in the chat. So now we move on to that which nourishes. So next we're going to put flowers at the center of our table. So just a second, I will get the flowers. The flowers remind us just how important it is to notice beauty. Our days will be more joyful if we pay attention to the things that delight us. We find what we look for. If we look for problems or reasons to be anxious, we will find them. However, if we intentionally look for moments of awe, delight, and connection, we will find those instead. I will also place this plate of cornbread and this pitcher of cider on our table. Just as cider is a tasty blend of tart and sweet, so our lives are enriched by both sorrow and joy. Just as cornbread has toughness and texture, so our lives are more rewarding when we acknowledge the ups and downs, the challenges, and the chewy parts. As we place the cornbread and cider on our Thanksgiving table, we give thanks for the joys and sorrows that fill our lives, and we give thanks for the sharing of them. Cider. I only have one little cup in my office, so I'll have to make do with that. Okay, so we have another poem coming next. This is Camas Lilies by Lynn Unger. Consider the lilies of the field, the blue banks of Camas opening into acres of sky along the road. Would the longing to lie down and be washed by that beauty abate if you knew their usefulness? How the natives ground their bulbs for flowers, how settlers' hogs uprooted them, grunting in gleeful oblivion as the flowers fell. And you, what of your rushed and useful life? Imagine setting it all down, papers, plans, appointments, everything, and leaving only a note. Gone to the fields to be lovely. Be back when I'm through with blooming. Even now, unneeded and uneaten, the camas lilies gaze out above the grass from their tender blue eyes. Even in sleep, your life will shine. Make no mistake, of course your work will always matter. Yet Solomon, in all his glory, was not arrayed like one of these. So now we're going to share joys and sorrows. So everyone is invited to share a sorrow or a concern as well as a joy. And you can also pass if you'd rather. So instead of lighting candles, what we're going to do is drop stones for each joy or sorrow that is shared. So let's begin by taking a few centering breaths, and then I will ring the singing bowl and invite you all to share. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I know I did it directly into the microphones. um, okay, so let's go around, share joys and sorrows. I guess I'll start. I'm very grateful to be here today, and I'm grateful to not only work at this job, but I feel like I've really found my people here and found my community. So I love that I get to do this for a living, and I'm incredibly lucky. Um, and I'm also grateful to take my 8-year-old daughter to Florida to see her grandmother this week. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. With that, I will pass.
I see that I'm unmuted. So I'm going to drop a seed into a plate just because I have it. I have a couple joys to share first. And one of them is I mentioned it earlier that my younger son has gotten a job at a really high-end restaurant and he was invited to work there and he's being a cook. And this is a young man who struggled mightily as a teenager and therefore we struggled too. He's doing so well and he hugs me and tells me he loves me now. So this is my adopted son and it's been a struggle, but he's doing so well and I am grateful. I'm also grateful that I'm in a position financially that I can help other people, like during this shutdown and the thing with the SNAP benefits. I have a concern that I mentioned before about creating a daily practice that grounds me. I really, really need that now because of some struggles long-term struggles I'm dealing with. Thank you for letting me share.
Hi, this is Linda here. Some of the people in the congregation may or may not know longtime friends of ours who lived here for many years and now live in Sequim, Washington, were involved in a terrible car wreck. And he's still in critical condition, but has come out of his coma. And we're hopeful that he will regain his ability to hike and garden and all the things that they used to like to do. So we are hopeful for that, and anybody who knows them would like to give some positive thoughts. I would appreciate that. And I'm grateful that my family from Portland and the ones here will all be getting together, and I don't have to do the cooking. So I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, sorry. I was totally muted. Sorry about that. I was going to say we're going to go around and give everybody a chance. Tom and Diane, y'all can go next, and then we'll have Judy and Steve next.
Well, when we first came to Pullman, uh, um, we noticed in the wintertime we had all these cloud-covered days where you couldn't see the sun until sunset. Then there'd be a strip of clear sky where you could see the sunset. Well, recently we've had the same thing. Now we're viewing it from Idaho, and the sunsets have been spectacular. I hope you have seen some of them where the entire sky is pink, and then to the west you have all the colors. It's just gorgeous. And today is very cloudy. I hope the slit is there to give us a spectacular sunset, and I hope you get to see it. The other thing that gives us joy are the deer that we see. And for some reason, we have not seen the deer for many, many weeks. I don't know where they go or what's going on. But the other day, we saw four doe on our land, and it was so good to see them again. I guess it's hunting season, so that may be part of it.
Excellent. Thank you, Tom. All right, Judy and Steve.
So I have a big sorrow going on, which is that my older brother died very unexpectedly about a month ago, and I'm going to miss him terribly. And at the same time, I'm grateful for all the times we had together, not only over the last 7 decades, but when I retired, I decided I wanted to be in more frequent contact with my brothers. And this brother and I, in particular, settled into a routine of having a monthly conversation, which usually lasted 3 or 4 hours. So I'm also really grateful for the times we spent together.
And my 104-year-old mother died in August.
Sorry to hear that. Thank you, Judy and Steve. Nancy?
Okay, my joy is that on Tuesday I'm flying up to Portland to meet my siblings and their spouses and their grandchildren for Thanksgiving gathering, and there's going to be 28 of us. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Thank you. James?
I'm grateful that I moved here because the two cities I lived in before I came here have both been attacked by ICE, and then this one has not so far, and I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you, James. Leah?
Okay. So my sorrow is that last not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that, um, my dog was attacked by another neighborhood dog. It was a much bigger dog than my dog, and that dog severely harmed my dog. Um, he was bleeding from his throat and just not in good shape at all. And my dog is old. So um, I I got him taken care of. I took him to the WSU hospital and they took real good care of him. And then I worked with my dog's regular vet, and we've got him just in much better shape. He's still got some pain um and some swelling and is still on medication. But my joy is that I was able to take care of him the way that he needs to be taken care of, and he's made such a just strong, amazing recovery, and he's back to playing again. And I'm really grateful for veterinary medicine, and I feel that uh, I have been able to learn more about myself through this whole um, experience. So I am grateful for all the experiences that help me to learn and grow. So that's it.
Great. Thank you, Leah. Susie?
I have two um two concerns. One, my brother called me yesterday and he had some elaborate and very long story about what he exactly did. But suffice to say, he dropped something exceedingly heavy on his right toe, broke it, got his scrap metal off to the dealer so that he could make his money from whatever he was doing. I think he dropped something in the way of scrap metal on his foot. I can't remember. But his orneriness tells me he's going to be just fine. And Zoe is laughing because she knows what he's like. But I'm just a little worried that he is brushing it off, and I think he's going to take it seriously, but I would like to see him make a good recovery. The other concern I have is my 95-year-old mother-in-law has had a serious go-round with the flu, and she's doing better now, but she does have a concentrator at home and is on oxygen to help her recover from that. But when you're 95, you have to take things carefully and slowly. So I hope she makes a good recovery. Um, and my joy is that I'm going to head north and be with all kinds of family and a big crowd. Zoe tells me there'll be approximately 18 if everybody comes at her house and her kitchen table. So um, that's that's my fun.
That's awesome. Thank you, Susie. All right, Zoe.
My my sorrow is that a number of our family members are no longer with us. When we all gather, we will remember them as well. My daughter, one of one of my sons is no longer with us. Susie's husband is no longer with us. My husband, Jim Cooley, is no longer with us. We miss them. On the other hand, the family is gathering for Thanksgiving. It's a big hubbub, and we will all have a wonderful time. I'm counting plates and I'm counting chairs. So
Wonderful.
the other joy that I have is that I still feel I have a purpose in life, and that helps me maintain energy and hope. Thank you.
I love that. All right, Andrea.
All right. My joy right now is I have two sons, one's 19, one's 23, and I'm in Rexburg, Idaho right now visiting them. And then we're gonna all head down to Utah for Thanksgiving. And being here has been really fun. This is the first time I've been to their little bachelor pad that they have together, and it's like clean. And I don't know, they probably just cleaned it just because I'm coming, but I was just like, it's so, as a mom, you think about all the things that messed up with your kids when they grew up. But anyway, it just feels good to be here and to see them. They're both in school and thriving and doing well. And so that's a joy that I'm feeling right now. And then of course going down and visiting my parents and my side of the family, which we don't get to see very often. My sorrow now is my father was diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer a few months ago, and only given a survival of about 12 to 18 months. So this Thanksgiving's going to be really special, and I just want to cherish the time that I have. And it's sad kind of to me that we don't necessarily always think about that when we're unless you know that there's a deadline, right? So I guess that's the concern I have, and just looking forward to spending time together.
Thank you, Andrea. So Karen, you wanted to share about another practice, so I'll give you the floor for a second here.
Thank you. I forgot to mention when we were talking about different things that keep us grounded. And one thing I did start to do when I was actually doing a practice is I purchased a UUCP or a UU hymnal, and I found it, I like to sing the songs. and I don't get to sing with the congregation. Well, I do on Sundays, but not with. But even my husband will listen to me sing Unitarian songs. And I think that's really, the music is really helpful. And Sam, I want to thank you so much for the music you do. It's so meaningful.
Well, thank you. That's a great one. I love the idea of having the hymnal as a practice. We That's one of those things that I tend to take for granted, that we really do have some wonderful music in there. I was trying to find a recording. But I don't think I can. We were going to do a little musical interlude here. And sing "There's a River." And that one I don't want to do a cappella. So give me just a second, and I bet that I can find a recorded version of it. So here's a version we did, I think one of my very, very first Sundays when I came on as the music director. We were supposed to have a service in the park in Pullman, and then we ended up having to cancel that service because the smoke was so bad. So what I will do is play the video that we made in lieu of doing the service. And this was also during that break in COVID where, we didn't have to wear masks and we were allowed to gather in public. So can everybody see that? And then we'll do a quick, "There's a River." Sorry, I was muted. No, I was just saying it's so nice to see that video because a few of the choir members have passed since we recorded that. So it's great to see Tom there and to see with the band and everything about that. Interesting story about the hymn. We actually had to get permission from the hymn's author to use that. And her name is Faya Toure, and she lives in Selma, Alabama. And she was the first African American judge in Alabama, which is pretty darn cool. And she wrote that hymn. And then I had a chance to actually speak with her on the phone, and she gave us permission to use it and to make a recording. And it's very cool to have shared that little bit of history with UUCP. Okay, so now we are ready for our mindful eating and drinking ritual. So make sure you've got some food and something to drink. As we pick up the food we brought, may we remember to place the things which nourish us at the center of our lives, where they belong. Kindness, compassion, service, friendship, music, joy, reverence, and gratitude. These are the sorts of things which sustain us. May this food represent everything that nourishes and strengthens us. The food we eat, the work of the body and the mind, new ideas and new experiences, spiritual practices, and friendship. So now we'll take a second and eat. Okay, so let's eat and drink together for a moment. Take a bite, then take a sip. Chew and drink mindfully. So I'm going to mute for just a second, and we'll all take a couple minutes to eat and drink something. We give thanks for the support and love of this community. We give thanks for those here in spirit, for our wider network of friends and families. We hold in our hearts all people everywhere, the whole human family. May we keep on working in gratitude and for the sake of the future until all people everywhere can find both sustenance and sweetness in abundance. So we'll close with this poem, We Hold Hope Close by Julian Yameka Soto. In this community, we hold hope close. We don't always know what comes next, but that cannot dissuade us. What we don't always know just what to do, that will not mean that we are lost in the wilderness. We rely on the certainty beneath, the foundation of our values and ethics. We are the people who return to love like a North Star and to the truth that we are greater together than we are alone. Rather, we know the way to the world of which we dream. And by covenant and the movement forward of one right action in the next, we know that one day we will arrive at home. So let's go around our table one last time and offer one another a word of praise, gratitude, or even a blessing. So, Karen, I'll have you go first.
Gratitude is easy sitting in this online congregation. The feeling of belonging, um, of hopefulness because of all of you who share with me. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Linda?
I would echo what Karen said. It is so great to be part of this group, and even if you are somewhere else and not in the actual with the actual congregation, we still feel like we can participate. And I thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you, Linda. Tom and Diane?
Yeah. Well, I simply want to remind you, look for the sunset. You'll be glad if it's as pretty as recently.
Thank you, Tom. Judy and Steve?
There's a Native American blessing in the hymnal that I really like that I can't find, so I'll paraphrase it. And it's something like, may you go in beauty, with beauty before you, beauty above you, beauty behind you, and beauty beneath you. Go in beauty.
Awesome. Nancy?
I am very grateful that you have continued the Zoom services even past COVID, because otherwise I'd be kind of lost, because the Unitarian Church pulled out of our community. So I'm glad that that you guys are here for me. Thank you.
Susie?
My gratitude. I'm exceedingly grateful that we had this opportunity to learn just a little bit about each other and why we are all here, because that connects me, and to find out there were so many other people from South Idaho. I feel like there's a quite a spectrum here. So um, I like this a great deal. And if you have a Mormon support group, I want to be a part of it because I have to live among them.
That's great. Yeah, I'll look into starting one. I think we've reached critical mass there.
Okay.
All right, Zoe.
I'm deeply grateful for this congregation. I'm grateful for the shoulders that I know I stand on, my family, my grandparents and my parents. I'm grateful for the family that I now enjoy so much, and they're all going to come and be together. It's a very special time of year.
Thank you, Zoe. Andrea?
I'd just like to, I think, reiterate the sense of belonging, and that's, I think, what I'm really grateful for. I have been thinking a lot about that lately. Like as we speak, my family's all at church, and I'm here with you guys, and I'm at my church. And so it's been really important to have a group of people that I do feel like I belong with. Um, and so thank you for providing that. And it was also really great to actually get to know some of you. So that's been really nice.
Awesome. Thank you,
So I
Andrea.
hope you guys feel belonging this week at your Thanksgivings too.
Thank you. Leah?
I am really grateful that I have a roof over my head and food in my refrigerator, and that my animals are safe and healthy, and that I got to be part of the service today from the comfort of my own home.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, everybody, and I'll give my blessing to everyone's travels this week, and stay safe and be kind to one another and yourselves. We're gonna end with "There Is a Love," but what I'd like to do, I'm gonna share a recording that we made. Um, this was again during the break in COVID, but you can see everyone's masked. We're outside. And this was something that we did at PCEI. And if you listen, you can hear the birds trying to sing along with us. And then so I'll just say, go in peace and come back next Sunday. I will be off. I'm in Florida visiting my family, but my yeah, I'm trying to think. Brody is also going to be off. So it's going to be Ryan will be leading the Zoom service, and then John Anderson is going to play the piano, and it's going to be Joseph Erhard Hudson talking about his journey to Estonia to join their song festival that happens every 5 years. And it's a really incredible thing. And I've been working with Joseph on this service. It's going to be amazing. So I hope you all can come again next week and enjoy it. And I'll probably join in from Florida. So I'll see you all on Zoom. And then so once There's a Love is over, I'm going to go ahead and open up the breakout rooms, and you're welcome to hang out and share as you like. So this has been a real pleasure for me. I was nervous that it wasn't going to work, but I think this was a lot of fun. So it was great to get to know everybody this week. All right, thanks everybody. I'll sign off and then I'll put you all in breakout rooms.